And we begin tonight with the U.S. and Russia both racing to find that $30 million American Reaper drone now at the bottom of the Black Sea. The drone destroyed after being intercepted by Russian fighter jets in international airspace, raising tensions between the U.S. and Russia even higher since the start of the war in Ukraine. Russia tonight says it is now looking for that drone, and the U.S. says one of those Russian jets hit the drone's propeller, knocking it down. Russian pilots accused of harassing that drone for 30 minutes, making 19 close passes, dumping fuel on the drone before it was hit. Tonight, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin speaking with his Russian counterpart for the first time since October, calling Russia's actions dangerous, reckless, unprofessional, and making it clear that the U.S. will continue to fly where international law allows.
This man had a fortunate escape. Police, rescue workers, and civilians have been helping to save those stranded by floods in southeastern Turkey. Several people have died. In many areas, the emergency services were overwhelmed. The flash floods are hitting areas already struggling after last month's devastating earthquakes that killed more than 48,000 people. Families forced from their homes by the quakes are now being flooded out of their tents.
Carnage on the streets of Lahore. For 2 days, protesters have clashed with police. At the centre of the unrest, former Prime Minister and Pakistani Test cricket captain Imran Khan. Police have been trying to arrest the now opposition leader over failing to appear in court on corruption allegations. His supporters surrounding Khan's compound in defence, with riot police firing tear gas. The 70-year-old blames the current leader for an assassination attempt on him last year, believing the arrest is politically motivated to stop his party running at the next election.
We begin in Tokyo, where the leaders of South Korea and Japan are meeting in what's being hailed as a new milestone in their relationship. It's the first time a South Korean leader has been invited to Tokyo in 12 years. The two countries hope to rebuild security and economic ties in the face of the continued threat from North Korea. Well, just hours before the meeting, North Korea fired an intercontinental ballistic missile into waters between the Korean peninsula and Japan. It's the third missile launched by Pyongyang this week. Japan has called a National Security Council meeting in response to the latest test.
A final show of force against French President Emmanuel Macron's unpopular pension reforms. Across France, protesters turned out in their hundreds of thousands, desperate to force a last-minute turnaround by lawmakers. The protests were largely peaceful, though there were some skirmishes with police. According to surveys, more than two-thirds of the population oppose Macron's plans to raise the retirement age from 62 to 64.
In a positive development in the fight against terrorism in the Sahel region, the Niger army has announced the elimination of at least 30 militants from the Boko Haram terrorist group, with hundreds more arrested as they fled from battles with ISIS. The armies of the Sahel region have been working tirelessly to combat terrorism and respond to its attacks with increasing success. The Sahel region armies have intensified their efforts to confront the phenomenon of terrorism by adopting security plans and comprehensive strategies to recover the regions and cleanse the African coast of terrorist groups.
Touchdown on the shortest runway in the world. Polish pilot Luke Shapila hits a bullseye 212 metres above the street.
Yeah! We made history, man. We made history.
A 7-metre plane on a 27-metre airstrip leaves no room for error.
I'm not sure we can do it.
It was third time lucky.
My friend! That was perfect!
To be honest, I couldn't feel happier. 2 years in the making, third attempt, and we've managed to put a plane on a helipad 200 meters above the ground on the most iconic, the most beautiful building in the world.
And to celebrate, some circle work 56 stories up. Job done. The next challenge, how to get down.
All right, guys. 3, 2, 1.
I had so much fun just dropping the aircraft out of the sky, diving almost to beach level and then doing aerobatics.